Okay, so I guess we're going to start. Right now we only have 3 people signed up, so the sign-up list is right there.
What is this for?
This is for the Freedom Open Mic.
How many nights? Thursday?
It's on
Every
Thursdays.
Thursday? Okay.
Every Thursday.
Okay.
Right now. It starts at 9.
Well, let's get the mic. Come on. Be loud.
Would you like to say anything else, Mr. Backseat Driver?
No, I'm fine.
You're good?
It's quite comfortable.
Okay.
Wait, what are we
So,
doing?
so we're gonna start now, and everybody should sign up right there in the middle table. And we're gonna start off with Matthew T. McHenry, who has a short story.
Wow! Look at that man with the cake. This has to be great. He and the utility belt.
Alright, I'm just gonna try to finish this. So, what I read last time, same story from last time. People with mental abilities being I cannot do things off script. There isn't a
Get
script.
the mic closer.
Closer.
Yeah, because I can't hear you at all. It's tinny. There we go. There we go.
That better?
Yes,
There we go.
much better.
Fuck yes. So the story I'm reading, or part of the story I'm reading, because I already read 2 other parts like the weeks before. It's about a couple aliens that have mental abilities who are being persecuted against. So basically, like the whole military organization of this space colony. And in this time, the male named Dason has been deafened, and Dason and Lara is his wife, or fiance at this time. They're both trying to escape from this space colony. So now it's like the 3rd part, escape. Where are my mommy and daddy? A small girl sobbed on the ground of a large hidden spaceport. She had short violet hair and eyes of bright pink. Her parents were killed in the purge of Scions while she was at the local nursery. The other children were fortunate enough to find at least one of their parents or a friend's parent, but no one was a friend with her because they were jealous of her already developing psionic abilities. What's wrong? Dason asked mentally. He didn't want to speak in fear of yelling without knowing. I didn't know where my mommy and daddy are, the child replied mentally, though she couldn't fully control the intensity of her thoughts. Dason hugged the little girl and picked her up. He sent her calming images telepathically, which helped stop her tears. I know someone who can help, Dason said telepathically while carrying the child to a friend of his. What is your name? I'm Paulina. Who are you? My name is Dason. As they finished their introduction, Dason walked up to a bald man with a slightly larger than average head that was riddled with blue throbbing veins. His eyes were dark green and his face had a kind and inviting look to it. He wore a white and blue spacesuit just like the rest of the survivors, and behind him was a young boy about the same height as Paulina. Well, well, Dr. Korth, it appears you have found another young friend to raise in this new era of intolerance, the man said telepathically, orally so that Dason and Paulina and the boy could hear. I hope that's not a problem, Alaric. Dason said. That's the man's name, Alaric. Oh, it's not a problem at all. I have to do what I can to help those in need. But allow me to introduce you to Paulina. Paulina, this is Alaric Scover, and he's taking care of the lost children. Alaric crouched to the ground to be face to face with Paulina, who was holding Dason's gloved hand. Nice to meet you, Paulina, Alaric said with a smile. Hi, the girl said and let go of Dason's hand. Alec motioned for the boy to stand in front and said, This is Ryle, one of the other children I'm taking under my wing. Ryle had short groomed scarlet hair and indigo eyes. He showed a toothy smile with a gap in the middle and said, Hello, I like your hair, while pointing at her hair. Thanks. Why don't you two go inside the Bronze Avian and meet the others while I talk with Dason? Okay, the two said in unison. Thank you for helping these kids, Al, Dason said mentally. After that successful operation to save my life, I'm in your debt. After an amount of small talk, Lara came to the two. She told Dason that they had to get to their transport. They said their goodbyes and went to a large craft. Please, one at a time, the man at the entrance to the ship said as the travelers embarked upon the transport that would send them into reclusion. His face was light blue and nearly perfect from the right. The left side of his face, however, was horribly scarred, the wound fairly fresh. He couldn't open his left eye. His navy hair was long and braided into 2 braids that he let droop onto his back. He had a thin mustache and his voice was deep and intoxicating. Lara and Dason both recognized him as Yenad Swelk, the famous musician who performed at Huani's the night before. As they walked on board, Lara couldn't help but notice that Yenad was eyeing her. He smirked when their eyes met, and then went back to making sure everyone was entering the ship in an organized manner. The last person to enter the ship was a red-skinned man with a slightly receding hairline. His nose was wide and he had prominent wrinkles. His face was that of a very exhausted man. He seemed very paranoid, always looking over his shoulder. As he walked over into the ship, Yenad said via his communication device, "Welcome to the Gilded Hope. I'm Yenad Swelk, and I will be your astounding captain on this little pilgrimage of ours." Yenad clicked the device off and closed the doors to the ship. While he walked to the command bridge, the red-skinned man activated a small hidden device as he walked into the cabins. The ships took to the skies, under the skies of clouds to further the illusion. The scientists used their mental power to make the people outside believe that their ships were clouds. Upon passing through the atmosphere, the ships were able to take their new destinations. Each ship went in a different direction to prevent the capture of all of them. To be continued. That's it.
Okay, so I guess next up is me, and I wrote this poem at work, and you guys are all going to see how much I just love my job after you hear this poem.
Yeah.
It's called Kill Yourself and Live. Alright, so life is not worth living when you're dead, when you've nothing to live for, nothing to go on for, nothing to occupy yourself with, nothing at all. So kill yourself and live, hang yourself. To breathe, to escape from it all, to release the stress and ignore the pain. Cut yourself and bleed out both your negativity and your life, releasing your soul, your mind, and your heart. Commit seppuku. To prove your pureness, sanctify yourself and retain your honor. Stab the pen through your eye, to become one with the word, with poetry, to write in your blood, with your very essence, to say what needs to be said and to do what needs to be done. Throw yourself in front of a train, to show everyone the inconvenience of life, the brutality of living, and the inevitability of death, which will take us all. Kill yourself by cop, so you go out with a bang and a blaze of glory, to be remembered, to have a moment of fame in this otherwise faceless life, anonymous world. Leap from the bridge, to prove that you can fly. You can do what you want, regardless of what everyone else does. Fling yourself from the building's top, to obtain that weightless feeling, to be seen by others, to be noticed, even if only for a moment. Force others to listen to you, even if it kills them and you. Do what you need to do, even if it means the end, because being cautious, living afraid to die, living as if you are dead is worse than dying. What's the point of living only if you aren't dead? There is none, no point. It is futile, so live like you're going to die, ready to die, going to die. Want to die. Go and kill yourself to live, to move forward without fear, without regret, without remorse, without misery. Don't live as if you're dead. Die as if you're alive. Run as fast as possible until your heart explodes just for the sheer thrill of it. Don't hold back. Don't be afraid. Just live and go on. Be crucified. Save yourself, not from the hell below, but from the hell of this life. And when the blood and water flow, smile, knowing you are free. You've done what you set out to do no matter what. You died to live, killed yourself, and are free. Kill yourself and lose your fear, your anxiety, your self-doubt, self-hatred, negativity, hesitancy, dread, loathing, and misery. Kill yourself. Walk into oncoming traffic, swallow the pill, shoot yourself, drop the toaster in the bathtub, sit in your car or in the closed garage, overdose, drown in your own vomit. But don't commit a love suicide, because just as you are born alone, you will die alone. As darkness closes in, there is no love, no honor, no romance in Romeo and Juliet, Tokubei and Ohatsu. They know nothing, they understand nothing, they do not die in love, or with their love, but killed their love, along with themselves. They destroyed their beauty, their connection, their purity, their wholeness, by attempting to set themselves free, by killing themselves, and expecting not to die alone, only to be disappointed, discouraged, and ultimately fail. So kill yourself and be reborn. Do it alone. Kill yourself and be reborn, so that you are not separated, disconnected, burdened. Kill yourself and find freedom, sanctity, and a new beginning. Kill yourself and live. And so yeah, I love my job. And next up we have Lauren.